WDTN, the station that's working for you. This is 2 News Now.
All righty, welcome in everybody. 11 o'clock on the dot, and you're here joining us for your Thursday edition of 2 News Now. Welcome on in. I'm Alexis Bellamy. Across from me is 2 News traffic anchor Lee Jeffries. Lee, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday.
A terrific Thursday. I know that's an easy one, but it is. It's a good Thursday. We're making our way through the week. I don't know if you know this, Lee, but I also consider today as Friday Junior.
Yes, yeah, I love that.
It's a Friday Junior kind of feeling. So we are diving right into things this morning. We are getting a look at your top 5 stories of the day. And I said it yesterday. I said it a little bit this morning. We're kicking off with continuing coverage today. So check this story out. Homeland Security agents are launching an investigation of voter fraud at a Dayton high school. The superintendent of Dayton Public Schools says that there is no evidence of any wrongdoings in the district. The visit happened at Ponitz Career Technology High School. Superintendent Dr. David Lawrence says that he was made aware of that visit in the middle of a meeting. So the investigation is all happening because a former student said they were told, or rather forced, to fill out the form, and they were also told who to vote for. So the agents asked about the annual voter registration program, which registers students and tells the importance of voting. Dr. Lawrence says that the program does not endorse candidates and only gives students the information that they need to know on exactly how to vote and what that process looks like. So 2 News has reached out to agents for more information, for more details about this, but we have not yet gotten a response. Dr. Lawrence says they're going to continue to run that program the way they have to get their students to vote. So a big story we're going to make sure we keep you updated on, both on air and online today.
Mm-hmm. Next up, the legislation is calling for the reversal of the OHSA's vote that brought NIL to Ohio high schools. That comes just a year after it was brought in. Some representatives say they believe the legislature should weigh in on this issue. And one of the bill's creators says high school sports should be about developing leadership and communication skills, friendships, and a strong work ethic, and not turning a profit.
Now, Lee, this was all happening a little bit before you got here. And of course, I'm not a big sports person. I've shared that before, but I was following this really closely. And, both sides were making really good points. We talked with actually his family about their fight in this. And, it was really interesting to see it will be interesting to see exactly how this plays out after all the work they've done to get to this point. So We'll keep our eye on that, too. Mm-hmm. Your third top story this morning, a 19-year-old Dylan Heiner is pleading guilty to illegally receiving a firearm or ammunition while under indictment for another felony. He could spend up to 5 years in prison for that charge. Now, according to court documents, Heiner was at a Halloween party on November 1st of 2025. While at that party, he fired multiple rounds into the air, and Heiner is also facing charges in Montgomery County Common Pleas Court.
Next up, we have the latest on the Ohio hemp ban because some Ohioans are pursuing change to the marijuana law going into effect in less than 2 months. One group is looking to make the bill a citizen vote on the ballot in November, and Ohioans for Cannabis Choice is organizing the referendum, and right now they can start collecting signatures. So this is the second submission of the referendum to the state, which Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost actually approved on Tuesday. And so they have until March 9th, the day before Senate Bill 56 is set to go into effect, to collect nearly 250,000 signatures in order to force a vote in November. So if they do collect these signatures, the bill remains as it stands. And Senate Bill 56 was approved at the end of last year, making significant changes to the consumption, possession, and transportation of marijuana. And so this bill would prohibit smoking marijuana in public. It would not allow sales of intoxicating hemp products outside of licensed dispensaries, and brings charges for transporting open marijuana products outside the trunk of a car. And so Ohio voters originally approved recreational cannabis use in just 2023.
Not too long ago. And finally, on a Wednesday, Montgomery County joined Ohio communities for the annual point and count of unsheltered homelessness. This happens every year. Volunteers canvassed the county looking for people who are sleeping in unsheltered areas, wooded areas, in cars, abandoned buildings, that type of thing, or other areas that were not meant for human habitation. So the volunteers don't just count these people, they also provide resources to those unsheltered. The count is required each year by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Results will be released in late spring. And now I would like to say, speaking of spring, but I cannot because we are still dealing with the Arcticness. We're on the other side of the spring and warmth. We're dealing with Arctic-like temperatures, frigidness, dare I say freezing, Jamie?
Yes,
Okay.
and below freezing. It's been exactly 2 weeks since we were above freezing.
Oh my gosh, is that another record? It's not that we're looking to break that, but
Yeah,
that's dreadful.
I don't think it's a record, but it's just awful, right? It's been over 340
Well, it's
hours.
record worthy to me. That's crazy.
I know, yeah. So this morning we dropped down into the single digits. Some spots were below zero. But right now we're in the teens in a lot of locations. It's 13 in Dayton, Springfield. We have 10 out in Urbana, 10 in Richmond, and Troy is stuck at 5 degrees. But everybody's going to see temperatures push into the 20s as we head into the afternoon. We've got to look at our Troy Stouter Center time lapse. You can see we started off with a little sunshine, but now we're seeing more and more high cloudiness build in. So as expected, increasing clouds today. It does look to stay dry, just a slight chance of a flurry or two late in the day, but most of us are looking pretty quiet. Our satellite radar loop shows the clouds as they've been advancing in, and temperatures will get back into the 20s between 2 and 3 o'clock, but that's it, just 22 degrees later this afternoon. Now, we do have something to watch for tomorrow. It is snow that will develop after 6 a.m. It's going to impact the morning commute to work, to school. It does look to end around noon, but accumulation is going to be from 1 to 2 inches. Some isolated 3-inch amounts will be possible. So it's definitely going to make that morning commute a little dicey, especially the latter half of the morning commute. If you are out early before 6 a.m., there's probably not going to be as much an issue as there will be after that. But we do go above freezing tomorrow, so that's going to break our streak. It will help to melt some of that snow, and we'll have more on the weekend weather and another turn to cold air coming up in your forecast.
Well, you just made me happy. I mean, if we're gonna not be in freezing and the melting of the snow, those are all positive things.
At least
I
for
feel
a
like.
day.
Okay, we'll take it. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Jamie. We'll talk back with you in just a few minutes. Looking ahead to your react to that question for this morning. We just heard from Jamie. We've been dealing with those below freezing temperatures. We've got snow possibly on the way. So with all of that being said, the temperature is what it is. What are you guys eating to feel good, to stay warm, to feel full? What's your go-to comfort food? That's the question for this morning. So I never go first, so I'll let Lee start her answer off.
I love this question. I think my answer is
you.
like what a kindergartner would eat. So
Like,
like
so
grilled
this?
cheese. Yeah, exactly. That looks perfect. And like mac and cheese, all the fun stuff.
Okay, so just this cheese.
Cheese.
Very cheesy.
What's yours?
Do you do, wait, hold on. Do you do tomato soup with your sandwich?
Sometimes, but I don't have to. It's never a necessity.
You will just eat a dry
Grilled cheese.
grilled cheese?
I will.
Sure. Okay. People do things differently. I will share mine.
Okay.
But it does have a little bit of a backstory. I know I confused a lot of people, like my producer earlier. So mine is kind of a special thing. It's made up. A little bit of a backstory. My dad was in the Navy. My mom worked at the hospital. So when she was away at work, all night, and you know how dads cook. Like, dads just do things. It's yellow rice, ground beef, and baked beans all together in one thing. That's what he would make for us, and it was the best thing ever. It still is. I make it myself. I haven't made it in a while. I'll probably do that today.
You
if
were
not
probably
recently.
the only person with that comfort food.
You know?
As
But
long
that's-
as you love it.
Okay, but with that being said, we're going to find out who else has some really interesting comfort food. Scan the QR code, get in on the conversation, you guys. What are you eating to make you feel better? But for now, let's go back to what's happening here at home. Speaking of that cold weather that we're trying to warm ourselves up from, it's impacting a lot in our area here in the Miami Valley. You guys, pipes are bursting, and it's a direct result of that cold, and it's impacting so many things. Your commute, it's going to be costing people things. So we're going to hear exactly about why this is happening just now. 2 News reporter Evan Bales is here with us this morning. That's what he's working on. Evan, who are you going to be talking to about this problem today?
Good morning. And I'm going to be talking to people with the water district, people with fire departments, all of the parties that you think of that are associated with water main breaks, because you're absolutely right. This cold weather is killer right now to, the city's water infrastructure. I did a tally of all of the water main breaks that we've had since the start of the year, and so far we've had 11 water main breaks. And most of those have been during this last Arctic blast that we've been experiencing. So, I mean, like you were talking about, these water main breaks, they close lanes, they cause issues with traffic, and probably most of all, they cost money to fix, and they cost a lot of labor in order to patch up. So I guess the question really comes down to, is there a way to prevent these, and why are we seeing so many of them?
So what would you say is the first thing people need to do when this happens to them? Who do they need to contact first? What's the right? I know you said you're going to work until what you need to do to prevent it, but
So, I mean, first of all, like if you do encounter a water main break, you should absolutely call the fire department, potentially call a non-emergency police line, so that they can come down and close off that road and make sure that gets fixed up in time.
So is this something that people should not be trying to fix on their own, essentially, is what you were saying, Evan?
Oh, absolutely not. If you have a water pipe that bursts in your own home, absolutely try and take care of that. But city water pipes, those are a little more heavy duty and work with a lot more water than we experience in our own homes.
Okay, well, we're going to look for exactly what you find out from people today, Evan. This is really important, especially as, like we've heard, freezing, below freezing, around freezing. So we can probably anticipate for this to happen more. So this will be important coming from you today, Evan. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, looking ahead now just a bit, Lee, this is a big story we've been talking a lot about.
I know. I think everybody's pretty focused on this one, but we do have some new developments right now in the search for Nancy Guthrie. So she's the 84-year-old mother of the Today Show host, Savannah Guthrie. And so far, there hasn't been a public sign of a response to NBC to her message about her mother's kidnapper, but in a recorded video posted Wednesday on social media, Savannah did speak directly to the people that she believes are responsible for her mother's disappearance.
We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk.
Now, Savannah and her family say they want proof that Nancy Guthrie, who authorities believe was taken from her home in Arizona against her will, is still alive. Nancy Guthrie was last seen on Saturday night, and she was reported missing midday on Sunday, and that was after she didn't appear at church. Authorities say they have authorities on Wednesday offered no detailed update on their search, but their next news conference is planned for later today. Your time now is 11:12. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we've got a longer look at weather, and we're looking at a fun new piece of work coming to the Dayton Art Institute, something you guys are really going to be excited about. Don't go away.
2 News Now, brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
Hi, I'm Dan, the owner of Universal Windows Direct of Dayton. This is Bowie. He's been sniffing out the coolest winter deals for you. For a limited time, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Get $250 off for patio doors and entry doors, $1,500 off for roofing, and $2,000 off for siding. Plus this week, 24 months interest-free financing for all products. Keep the cold out and the savings in. Give us a call now.
Universal Windows Direct.
Welcome back, everybody. Taking a look at the countdown to the 2026 Winter Olympics, and we won't be able to do so for much longer because you guys, guess what? The time is now. It's tomorrow. The torch will be lit and the games will kick off. That's when the opening ceremony is happening. Tomorrow's February 6th, and then all eyes will be here on the host city of Milan, showing you through our Olympic cam. And don't forget, tomorrow when the games are kicking off and happening, just turn on WDTN. That's where you can see and watch. That excitement is finally here. All right, turning now for a look at what is going on outside. We just heard it from Jamie. She's going to give it to us one more time. But last time it ended with a little bit of a high note. We're getting out of the freezing notes, or the freezing temperatures.
Yes, after this weekend. So,
Yes.
well, tomorrow will be above freezing, but it's going to snow. And then it's going to be cold this weekend. And then it's going to be warm next week. So there is a lot to get through.
But still, eventually looking forward to.
Yes, eventually we'll be up there. For the rest of today, it's cold right now. It's 14 degrees. It's cloudy. Temperatures will reach the low 20s for highs. There's a chance of a flurry or two, especially late today. Satellite radar loop shows the clouds as they've filled in off to the northwest, a little bit of light snow. So that'll drift in as we head into our later afternoon. We've got this system dropping out of Canada, and it's going to keep snow chances going into Friday. And it's also going to bring some accumulating snow to the area on Friday. We're expecting generally up to an inch from the southwest part of the Miami Valley, and then areas from Dayton northeast, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. And it's not a lot, but it's enough to make the roads a mess, especially during the morning commute. We're also going to be dealing with winds increasing, so late tomorrow into tomorrow night, 30, 35 mile per hour gusts, and Arctic air will be coming in on those stronger winds, dropping temperatures into the single digits by Saturday morning. So Friday night, early Saturday, slick conditions will also be possible. Right now, Future Track shows clouds around, slightest snow chance as we approach evening, but a better chance will happen getting into tomorrow morning. After 6 or 7, you can see that snow spreads in, and then it comes to an end going through lunchtime, back to just a slight chance of a snow shower for the rest of the day. Here's your forecast for today, up to 23 with increasing clouds, and tonight we'll have a flurry possible with lows dropping to 20. Tomorrow up to 35. We have that snow in the morning, 1 to 2 inches, some isolated 3-inch amounts, and we'll actually also have melting because highs do go above freezing. Saturday and Sunday, Arctic air is here, so pretty cold this weekend, but next week is what I want you to focus on. 44 Tuesday, 46 on Wednesday with the chance for rain. It's warm enough for rain.
Okay.
There you go.
We should be excited that it's warm enough for rain, though, right?
It's going to feel pretty
good
good,
thing.
I think. You know, even in the upper 30s on Monday, that'll feel nice.
Yeah, a big change. Okay, Jamie, before we let you go, we have to ask you, what is your comfort food in this weather, the weather like that you've been giving us?
Any kind of soup.
Okay.
Any kind.
I'm happy you said that. You and Kayla are apparently one of the same. And we're actually going to circle back to Jamie's answer in a really fun way towards the bottom of the show, and I'll react to that answer. So you guys will get ready for that. It'll be exciting. Thanks, Jamie. Well, we are staying with the live looks, you guys. Take a look at this. Here's our live look at our Super Bowl cam. It's gonna get busy there soon. Just wait. We know thousands and thousands of people are expected to visit the Bay Area this week. Now, we talked about safety yesterday, and we've learned the U.S. Coast Guard has announced they're going to be using drones, boats, canines, and so much more to help keep the public safe during Super Bowl 60. Now, besides those boat patrols, the Coast Guard plans to complement law enforcement as thousands continue to descend upon San Francisco. Lee, would you go?
I would, for sure.
Okay.
Would
To
you?
the Super Bowl? I would, because it is the Super Bowl, and of course I'd be paying attention, but I don't know. I don't know. They say thousands of times. It's going to feel like and probably look like a million people out there.
Big event.
Eventually.
Well, in this next story, we actually need your help because Darke County Parks say that one of their red-tailed hawks is currently on the loose. So taking a look at that picture, this is Spirit. Darke County Park says sometime between 5 p.m. Tuesday and 12:30 p.m. yesterday, her enclosure was defaced and one of the red-tailed hawks was actually released. And park officials say the birds live in the parks district for a reason, and the trauma that they are facing right now is not one to be taken lightly. So anyone with information on this hawk is asked to call the department or message the park on social media.
And turning our attention closer to here at home, or happening this weekend rather, we're calling all art lovers, you guys. Listen to this. The Dayton Art Institute is preparing to introduce a new gallery, okay? The Sarah M. and Michelle Vance Waddell Gallery for Feminist Art is going to be open to all visitors this weekend. That starts on Saturday, February 7th. So the new gallery will feature work from hundreds of women artists from all over. So today, Dr. Mariah Postlethwaite is the curator for the gallery, and she's going to tell us a little bit about some of the work that we can expect to see and the message behind it. Good morning.
Hi, great to be here. Yeah, you can expect to see this whole first year that the Sarah M. and Michelle Vance Waddell Gallery for Feminist Art being open, just an exhibition that is called Exploring Feminism, because a lot of people don't necessarily know what feminism is. And we're really going to just kind of break it down and help look at it in a couple different perspectives. So our first part will be open from February 7th, that's this Saturday, through June 7th. And I'm kind of thinking of it as Feminism 101. So you don't know what feminism is, that's okay. Come on in and you can learn all about it. And really, we're talking about feminism as being equality. So you're going to see all different kinds of issues that are touched on in the work, all different kinds of art, from textiles to ceramics to painting and printmaking, and all different kinds of issues from artists from really close to home, even local, all the way through international.
And so as the curator, what was kind of your approach going into what is going to be displayed starting this Saturday?
Well, I wanted to start off with kind of a survey of, what is feminism? What could that look like? How do we see that show up in art? So there's going to be a little bit of everything for this first rotation, that you'll see all different kinds of work. There will be something that everyone can enjoy, and some punchier pieces and some prettier pieces, because feminist art can look like anything.
It can. And how did you guys arrive at the decision that this is what needed to come here, that needed to come to the Dayton Art Institute, that this is really what was important for this time?
Yeah, well, in 2024, we featured a special exhibition called Riveting, and it was from Sarah and Michelle Vance Waddell's collection. And they loved it so much that they wanted to gift their collection to us. So that will be coming to us over a series of years. And eventually we will have their entire feminist collection. And they also named a gallery. So they donated to such an extent that they could name a gallery for this purpose, to really preserve a place to highlight that work.
So before we let you go, I'll ask, what else, if anything, do you think that people need to know before they come to visit? And where can people go to learn more before they head out the door?
You can always learn more at DaytonArtInstitute.org. And anytime you're nervous or you think that there's, something that you could be missing, you can call our guest services desk. You can find our information on the website, and our guest services folks are there to answer your questions and, help you figure out any of those unknowns.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. Good luck to you guys this weekend. This sounds so exciting. Okay, your time now is 11:23. When we get back, we've got to look at those React to That responses and what's happening and living at Dayton. Don't miss it. Welcome back, everybody. Jumping right into it, those React to That responses. What is your go-to comfort food when our meteorologists like Cameron and Jamie have been giving us freezing temperatures for the past couple of weeks? What are you eating to keep warm? So Wilson says, I don't care what season it is. I can't escape the fact that my favorite food, comfort food of joy, is the cheeseburger. That is a unique answer. That truly is. I think so. A cheeseburger as comfort food, because it's supposed to be, something kind of big and
cheese.
Warm.
I told you.
It's got to be. That's right. The cheese girl over there. So Karen says, okay, no cheese over here. Karen says oatmeal and thickly cut buttered toast. I'm assuming that is a different one too. But oatmeal, I can see more than a cheeseburger because it's warm. Wow. It's thick. I like that. So Courtney says simple days, grilled cheese and tomato soup, because
Courtney.
It's from her childhood. So chili, cheesy potato soup, and lots of casseroles. That makes sense too. Comfort foods for sure. But also listen to this, you guys. So this was our top comment, was chili. Good job, Alex. I like that a lot. Yes, and probably more still coming in. Everyone wanted chili. That was really interesting. So we're going to go and ask someone else. Maybe she'll change. We'll up the count on chili. So let's go and get a look at what is coming up in Living Dayton. Emily is here. Emily, what is your comfort food? Are you going to add it to chili?
I love chili. Don't get me wrong, but I'd say my comfort food is like maybe a Philly cheesesteak, some ribs. I'm thinking like something really heavy.
Ribs
mac
is
and
different
cheese.
And unique. I learned a lot. Okay. But we're staying foodie. We're staying in the kitchen, right, Emily, today on Living Dayton?
Yes, we are in Texas Roadhouse is stopping by. So excited for them to be here. They're going to bring all the delicious appetizers
as long as
that
maybe
you can order for the big game coming up. So you don't have to cook. Just order those straight from Texas Roadhouse.
And speaking of sporting events, big programming note for Living Dayton today, Emily.
Yes, that's right. So during the Olympics, which does start tomorrow, our show will not be on WDTN. It's going to be on here on the app. So make sure everyone, tell your friends, your family to download the app so you can catch our show right here on WDTN Plus.
Perfect. So thank you, Emily, for that. Before we leave, you guys, we're going to show you something. Take a look at this. We're going to get through this really fast, but this is exactly what it looks like. Someone is breaking into the ice cream store to literally just have a midnight ice cream sundae. But it's the way he goes about it, you guys. Like, he's falling all over the place. See, look, he's just getting, look at the back of his pants.
That ice cream?
Just ridiculous.
Is that ice cream?
Lisa, is that ice cream? Okay, I had to leave you guys with that. But thanks for joining us, everybody. Alexis Bellamy, Lee Jeffries, Emily for 2 News Now. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.